All right, folks, this is another Daily Lasagna. I'm doing this one on my phone because my computer isn't booting up. I'll probably have to figure that out here in a minute. I'm guessing I probably just need to reboot it. I put it to sleep and it won't wake up. And I know how that feels, especially on a morning like this morning. Anyway, things are interesting around here. So I don't know if I really want to delve into this publicly, but I'm going to. So here goes. So anyway, things have been pretty crazy around here lately, just as far as cash flow goes. I have been able to keep up on paying for things like podcast editing and things like that. So the shows are going out, and that's all fine. But I haven't gotten enough sponsorship money in to pay for all of my expenses. And so things have been pretty tight. The thing that's been the most painful lately is that the air conditioning in my house went out. And so we've been trying to pull things together so that we can get that fixed. I keep hoping my father-in-law will be able to come up because he's fixed air conditioning systems before, and that way we can save on the labor. But it's been almost a week, and I think I'm probably just gonna break down and figure out how to pay for it. But anyway, yeah, it's just kind of interesting all the ups and downs that you get out of running your own business, especially a business like producing the podcasts. It's kind of a different animal than I think most people understand. And a lot of the things I'll just get really frank on here, I guess. A lot of this is the fault of the decisions that I've made. It's my fault, as far as the way that I've managed the money that's come in and the money that I pulled out of the business to pay for bills and things like that. My wife and I haven't been the most responsible, and now I'm down, and I'm cutting any expense that I don't need, and making sure that everything that needs to be covered is covered. But anyway, it gets kind of tough when things like air conditioning turn out to be on the list of things that you just don't pay for because you can't afford it. And so trying to figure that out and pay, the electric bill and things like that, it's just been kind of tight. And it's funny because it's not something that I've really experienced in the past. And I've been doing the podcasts full time for about 2 years. And I've been, I've been in business for myself since 2010. And, yeah, we had things slow down a couple of times, but not like this. And I know that I have some sponsorship money coming, but it just hasn't showed up yet. And unfortunately, I can't pay invoices and IOUs, or I can't pay with invoices and IOUs. So it's just kind of been tricky to make it all work. That said, I have been able to pull together a system for reaching out to sponsors, and that seems to be working. But for some of these folks, it's a process that takes place over several weeks. And so if I have an immediate need for cash and I do a call with a potential sponsor, it doesn't always translate directly into cash. So anyway, it's been an interesting ride this summer, and things have been tight since June. And yeah, it's all kind of coming to a head. I am looking for contracts. That's what I was doing before I went full-time freelance, or full-time podcast was I was freelancing. But I'm looking for something that is kind of part-time, and it seems like a lot of folks want somebody who will work for full-time. So I'm also toying with the idea of taking a full-time job with a company that will allow me to continue to do the podcasts. And then anything other than like the recording during the day would have to happen at night after work. So we'll see how all that works out. I've never really been comfortable with, for example, if you listen to some of the NPR shows and stuff, they get on and they're like, hey, please donate to us, blah, blah, blah. I've never ever been comfortable with that. I have a lot of that set up on devchat.tv, but it just never sat right with me to say, hey, if you like what I do, then donate money. I would rather give you something of value, like a course or a conference or something like that, and have you sign up for that, and that way you get something for your money instead of just feel goods. So anyway, and it's not to say that I don't recognize that there's value in the podcasts, but again, it just feels weird to beg for donations. I do have the conferences out there. I'm putting out Ruby and Angular remote confs. We'll see how those go. We have a pretty solid speaker lineup for both of those, and I'm pretty excited about them. So if you want to go check those out, that's angulardevsummit.com and rubydevsummit.com. I think I'm going to pull together the React remote conf as well. That's reactremoteconf.com. I need to start lining up speakers for that. But anyway, I'm actually kind of excited for the future and where it'll go, even though I'm having some temporary setbacks right now. But yeah, it's been fun and interesting. Overall, just doing the podcast for as long as I have, and I plan to continue, but it's, yeah, like I said, it's just been tight and it's been kind of tough lately. But yeah, it was also interesting. I went to lunch with some friends a few days or a week ago, and they asked me why I wasn't rich, just due to the podcast and things like that. And I think that's what a lot of it comes down to. I think if I had been more responsible and thoughtful about money, then I think I would have been in a completely different position here. This would have been the second or third slow month, and I would have just been like, okay, we're 2 months into our 3 months of expenses that are in the bank, and we're going to start cutting things back just so that we can make it. But anyway, that's not what I did. So anyway, I'm hoping that I can get things back on track and cover everything like that. But yeah, anyway, it's just kind of an interesting dive into where we're at. I also, I guess, failed to show my watch. Let's see. So it's 5:35 in the morning. I just got through doing my meditations, my affirmations, and visualizations. So yeah, after this, I'll probably go out for a run, and then we will come back and get going on all of the other fun stuff. So anyway, I know that this one's kind of a downer, but that's kind of where I'm at these days. Just thinking about those kinds of things. So yeah. Anyway, if you have any thoughts, feel free to leave a comment, and I will be back tomorrow. Oh, one other thing. I realized I missed on Friday. And the reason is because I got up to do my meditation and stuff. And, I'm pretty well committed to doing this, but my tension headache that morning was so bad that I couldn't even function. I couldn't string two words together. Meditation was just sitting there in pain. So I just went back to bed. But yeah, I'm back at it. I do have a mild headache this morning. We'll see how that goes. I've been doing the ketogenic diet, and that's just part of the transition that I've found is that I wind up with the headaches for about a week. And then they tend to go away. So yeah, it's just I've heard some theories that it's electrolytes, and that does tend to help if I put some electrolyte drops into my water when I'm drinking. But yeah, anyway, I guess I won't give you the whole spiel on life, but anyway, that's what I'm up to these days. Just chasing down sponsors and things like that. If you have any ideas on how I can reach more people, that would be great. But yeah, I'll probably talk a little bit more about that tomorrow. All right, have a good one. Bye.